Hello, it's your boy Davidoff. It is boiling in England right now. It's literally like 2 a.m. and I am boiling. But it was a good day because England won. Anyway, Uncharted 3. Uncharted 3 is a game that I have just finished playing. Obviously, I've been playing through the Uncharted games, as I mentioned in my first review, that I was going to play through them because obviously I got them all for free and also heard good things about them. So I thought, hey, it's an adventure game. I didn't play many adventure games on like PS2 and PS3. I was mainly playing FIFA, Call of Duty, Need for Speed and GTA. That was mainly what I was playing pretty much the whole time. So I missed out on a lot of, great games, including God of War amongst other things. And I played God of War, the PS4 one, and that was very good. But yeah, Uncharted was another franchise that I wanted to catch up on. And now I've played the original trilogy and I've been impressed. I've been very impressed with the whole trilogy. Obviously, I've already said my review on the first and second games. First one's a bit frustrating, but I like the story, and the second one I really enjoyed. Like, so many aspects of that game I really enjoyed. I only got stuck once as well. Uncharted 3. I enjoyed a lot more of Uncharted 3, but at the same time, it was also more frustrating. So, like, compared to Uncharted 2, which I really loved, Uncharted 3 was better in terms of, like, what you do in the game, but also worse in terms of like how frustrating it was, because there's some points in the game where you're trying to fight your way through and it's hard to do without dying, even on like an easy mode. It was really annoying, especially the fire demon parts. Supernatural elements are something that they add into this. The first game had zombies and that was scary and also very tough. There was a particular mission where you got to defend yourself against an army of zombies, and it's just crazy. You got to stay alive long enough for your friend to help you. In the second game, there's these beowulf type creatures that are guarding a treasure, and there's even more scarier guardians inside inside a hidden city. Ridiculously hard to defeat because the amount of bullets you need to take them down was crazy, right? Good thing there's a lot less of them than the zombies. And then the boss fight in Uncharted 2 was insane. This one also has a supernatural element, but the great thing was they're only there for like 10 minutes. But I guess it's 10 minutes depending on how long it takes you to defeat them, because it took me quite a few attempts. I probably died the most times when I fought them. So basically, obviously I'm going to include a bit of spoilers, but in the first two games, those supernatural elements were actually real. In this one, it was a hallucination that you got to try and get out of, but you got to get out of it by taking down these demons. And these demons, they shoot fireballs at you. They weren't even scary. They were just annoying. They shoot things at you that instantly kill you, so you got to shoot them just before. And when you shoot them, they don't die at first. They teleport towards you. Then you got to shoot them again. And when I say shoot them, I don't mean one bullet. I mean many bullets. Right, so you shoot them like a whole load of a machine gun. You have to reload. By the time you've reloaded, they teleport towards you. Then you got to shoot them again until they're dead. Easier with an RPG or a grenade launcher, but they were very frustrating. So I was glad to see the back of them after about 10 minutes. I was very glad. I do like Uncharted. I do like the adventure style to it, but I don't think the supernatural element is needed. I feel like they added it on to give you an extra challenge, and the challenge is a little bit annoying. But it's still doable. It's not impossible to do, at least. But yeah, but the main thing I found frustrating was the puzzles. This one had a lot more puzzles, probably more puzzles than the first two games combined. Like, it was that many. There was one part of the game where you have to solve like 5 puzzles in a row. I'm just like, oh, I don't want to do this. I got stuck so many times on these puzzles. It's mainly in the middle of the game and the start of the game. Towards like the end, like the third act, shall we say, there's no puzzles. So once you get through like one sequence of like a lot of puzzles in a row, after that, you're usually fine. But there's too many puzzles, and the supernatural element, I think, takes you out, and it's a little like it's a little over the top, I feel. That's the main negatives of the game. Another negative is the weapons. You can have 2 guns, right? A big gun and a small gun. A small gun is a handgun, or like a hand machine gun, I guess, like mini Uzi type thing. And then all the big guns are machine guns, rocket launchers, shotguns. You can only have one big and one small. You can't have 2 big or 2 small. So you can't have a rocket launcher and a machine gun, which would be very useful, but they don't let you have it. It would be useful, especially against those demons, but you can only have a machine gun or a grenade launcher, not at the same time. You have to take one. Even if you either choose 2 rockets or 100 machine gun bullets or a few shotgun bullets, it's just a little bit annoying. There are also some parts where you get a little bit stuck, like where to go. But yeah, the hint thing helps enough, and you know it's not as bad as the first game in terms of like not knowing where to go. It still eventually tells you. There's a few things here and there where you get lost, but for the most part, you know you can get through it quite well. They added silencers to the guns. You don't use them that often, but I'm very glad they added silence weapons because I want to be able to shoot people without alerting the rest of the army. So there were some missions where it was useful. There's a bit more teaming up in this. You know, your friend, your female companion, and your other female friend, Chloe as well. I mean, I know their names. Chloe, Elaine, Sullivan. They're all there. There's another guy that helps you as well, and there's a few guys that help you aside from the main three. These are all good characters, by the way. Sullivan, Chloe, Elaine. I like the way they've done their story arcs. They've had their own story arcs. What I love about these games is they feel like a movie, and they have characters that you genuinely care for, not just the character you're playing as. And that's fantastic. You know, Elaine has her own character. Chloe has her own badass character. Sullivan has his own character, and they all work. Right, and all the villains are fine. The villains, I think, are good villains. In every game, and I think they fit the tone of the game. This is like Indiana Jones style adventure games, and I think the villains in these games, they really suit the style that the game is going for. So I think that's elite. There are many occasions where you really should be dead, but you know, that's not a complaint. But like some of it just seems unrealistic. I know it's a game, but there's many points where you're just like, okay, how is she not dead? How is he not dead? How have we not died here? How have we not all died here? I said there was no supernatural element. I mean, there is for 10 minutes. There is an annoying part of it, though. Creatures, overpowered spiders. Spiders that are very big, and spiders that chase you down, that actively hunt you. Usually tigers. Usually tigers. Usually spiders, you know, they don't really attack you unless you mess with them, right? In real life. Even though I'm scared of spiders, it's pretty much true for most spider species, right? There's not many like that will aggressively hunt you down. In these games, there is an army of spiders that will hunt you down, and they exist in multiple locations of the game. So when you see them first, you'll see them again if you get out of it. They're also, oh yeah, the camera angles. There are some scenes when you're running away from spiders or people, but the camera's facing the people that are chasing you. So you have to press the down button. You've got to run this way, but you can't see what's this way. You can't see what's the direction you're running. I hate that. I hate that because I don't know when to turn left. I don't know when to turn right. I don't know when to jump over something because I'm not facing that way. I'm facing the way where people are behind me or spiders are behind me. I hate that side of the game. The camera angles are good. They make it cinematic, but that side of it, I want to know where I'm going. So I don't want the camera facing the other way. Just my complaint. But my favourite parts of the game, aside from the story, were some of the sequences and the fact you get to actually play these sequences. There are so many good sequences. I wrote them down because there's so many of them. There's so many of them, so I had to write them down. Also, actually, wait. Going back to the puzzles, right? There were a few puzzles in Syria, particularly a North Star puzzle, which if you played it, you might know what I mean. And some puzzles after that really annoyed me. But after that, there are so many good scenes. So there's a chase scene with Talbot in Yemen after the Syria scene. That scene was incredible. I absolutely loved that. And the fact you're actually playing it as well, experiencing it. It's like you're watching a movie, but you're controlling the movie. That's pretty much how you explain Uncharted. You're watching a movie, except you're playing it. You're controlling the antagonist. No, the protagonist, sorry. For me, that's the perfect explanation of these games. It feels like you're watching a movie, except you're controlling it, even though, you know, the story is set in stone, but it still feels like, you know, you're controlling it, you're doing things your way. I like that feeling when I play these games. The boat chase scene, incredible. The sinking ship, escaping from that ship was incredible. The plane scene, when you get on a plane, you got to take down some people, and then the plane starts crashing, goes down in the desert. That was an incredible scene. It felt like Mission Impossible, actually. It even felt like James Bond at times. It was incredible. Sinking ship, I obviously mentioned that. Horse riding chase in a village. That was awesome. That was really cool. I love that. I love this game series' range. I feel like there's some similarities in terms of like finding a lost city. Like there's a very big similarity there, but there's different ways of doing it. It's not always about the climax, it's about the journey. And I like how they added all these different settings in. Like first there was an island, and then where do we go after that? Where was the other lost city in Uncharted 2? It was a different location. And then the third game, you find it in the desert. I really like how that works. Chasing a convoy, when you're chasing that convoy down with your horses, that's an elite scene as well. And yeah, those are. I mean, I guess those are all of them, but there were many incredible sequences. But the ones I mentioned are my personal favorites, which is most of the game actually. It was incredible. This is an incredible game to play. Also, what I don't like is a certain trope that characters have, not just in this game, but in general. I don't like the trope where a character's in danger and they're not getting out of it. Instead, they're talking, they're saying words, they're looking back. I don't like stuff like that. Like, you're in trouble, you could die, why are you wasting seconds? Leave. And then what happens is the character doesn't leave in time, and they do leave, and then they get in trouble because they didn't leave in time. I hate when that happens. Absolutely hate it. Especially even when like they gotta save a life. If it's like a friend, I get it. But you know, there's scenes where where the villain, an evil person, is in trouble, and instead of saving, I get that it's a noble thing to do and it's a hero thing to do, but especially when it's like a really evil person. And why would you risk your own life just to go and get them? I don't get it sometimes, but yeah, that's a trope that's seen here. A scene where someone at the end takes a bit too long and then gets him in more trouble. The final fight was cool. It was a good sequence. A lot easier than the second game and the first game, to be honest. First and second more of a challenge, but the climax scene was incredible to play as well. The ending sequence as a whole was good, and the last scene, which was a nice peaceful scene after the climax, it was nice. It was nice. A little callback to the first game as well, in terms of one certain element. But yeah, if they ended the franchise there, honestly, it felt like a good ending. But there is an Uncharted 4, which I plan on playing very soon. Apparently, that's the longest game as well. Apparently, like it takes almost double the time that it takes the third game or even the second game to complete, which I'm excited for. I do want more Uncharted, so I'm going to play a nice long Uncharted game. And then there's a spin-off, Uncharted Lost Legacy, which is apparently a very short one, the shortest one aside from the first one apparently. So I look forward to playing that as well. I'm pretty sure, and that one stars Chloe, so that's one thing, right? I saw all the covers before I played them. Right, all the posters. I've got them on digital or PlayStation Store, but I still I've seen the artwork. I saw Chloe on a cover, so as soon as I saw her in the first time I saw her in Uncharted, I just thought, yeah, she's not gonna die. So anytime she's in danger, I'm just like, well, I've seen her on the cover of the fifth game. She's not gonna die, unless it's a prequel, but I don't think it is. So yeah, that kind of takes away a little bit, but it is what it is. And once again, I will say, like the last review of Uncharted, the more I play these games, the more I see Drake's character, the more I think, how is Tom Holland the right fit for this character in the movie? I don't understand. Hopefully it works. This is your boy. Actually, wait. Game rating for me, this one was an 8.5 out of 10. Great game, great sequences, but I think the frustrating parts kind of bring it down. But still a very good game that I recommend. This is your boy Davidoff. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day, and see ya.